I think Keyshawn can beat him in the pros, even though Andy had his number, no doubt about it, throughout all the amateurs, including the Olympics. But I think, right, the pros is a different game. You guys know that. And I think Keyshawn, is showing us more power.
Keyshawn's focus.
Your old prospect, dog. Fight the best. Fight Shakur. Oh, he tried to fight Lomachenko at the end. I already know what everybody, but Loma didn't want that smoke. He retired. Loma, you could have fought that 5-6.
The rivalry between Keyshawn Con Davis and Gervonta Tank Davis has quickly become one of the most talked about in the world of boxing, especially within the competitive lightweight division. This contentious relationship has grown not just because of their skills in the ring, but also due to the back-and-forth exchanges between them outside of it. Both fighters have taken shots at each other in interviews and on social media, which has only intensified the drama surrounding their potential matchup. Con Davis, known for his fast hands and aggressive style, has long been a contender in the lightweight ranks, while Tank Davis has earned his reputation with his explosive knockout power and flashy fighting style. As the two approach their inevitable confrontation, boxing fans are eagerly awaiting what promises to be a thrilling showdown that will not only test their physical abilities, but also their mental toughness. At the heart of this rivalry is the contrasting personalities of the two fighters. Gervonta Davis, trained under the guidance of legendary coach Floyd Mayweather, carries the swagger and confidence of a fighter who knows he's at the top of his game. His brash persona has often put him at odds with other fighters, and his outspokenness in the media has been both a source of his popularity and controversy. On the other hand, Keyshawn Davis has maintained a more humble, methodical approach to his career, but has been quick to challenge Tank, often using the media as a platform to express his disdain for Tank's persona. This contrast in behavior has created a compelling narrative for their potential bout, with fans divided on which fighter they believe has the edge. Tank's raw power and experience, or Khan's speed and technical prowess. The rise of other prominent figures in the lightweight division, such as Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, has also contributed to the competitive tension between Tank and Khan. These rising stars have proven their skills in the ring, each earning significant victories and moving toward bigger opportunities. Haney, the reigning undisputed lightweight champion, is often viewed as a potential threat to both Tank and Khan. Stevenson, with his slick boxing skills and impeccable defense, has been touted as a future pound-for-pound king, adding more pressure to the two Davises to prove themselves against such talent. With all eyes on these fighters, the stakes of a potential Tank versus Khan matchup have never been higher, with the winner potentially positioning themselves as the top contender in the lightweight division. However, it's not just the established champions like Tank and Khan who are fueling the fire in this rivalry. Up-and-coming talents like Andy Cruz and Dennis Baroni are making waves in the lightweight scene, further heightening the competitive nature of the division. Cruz, an Olympic gold medalist, has quickly gained attention for his technical boxing ability and impressive performances as a professional, making him a serious threat to anyone in the division, including both Tank and Khan. Meanwhile, Baroni, a hungry contender with a strong work ethic, has begun calling out the biggest names, and his rise could eventually force the hand of the top fighters to prove their dominance. As the landscape of the lightweight division continues to evolve, the rivalry between Tank and Khan will only grow, with more potential contenders looking to make their mark. In many ways, this rivalry has transcended just a fight between two athletes. It has become a battle for supremacy in one of boxing's most talent-laden divisions. Fans of both fighters are fervently supporting their chosen warrior, and social media platforms are alive with heated debates and predictions. The anticipation for a potential Tank versus Khan fight has led many to speculate about the possible outcomes, with each fighter possessing the skill set to win. Some believe Tank's raw knockout power will be too much for Khan, while others argue that Khan's speed and boxing IQ will give him the edge over Tank's aggressive style. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain: this rivalry will continue to captivate boxing fans around the world, and the eventual fight between these two warriors could be one of the most memorable in recent history. Keyshawn Davis has been unapologetically vocal in his pursuit of Gervonta Tank Davis, boldly calling him out both in the media and on social platforms. As an undefeated rising star, Keyshawn has made it clear that he views Tank as the ultimate target in the lightweight division. His confidence and ambition have been on full display as he publicly challenges Tank, signaling that he believes he's the fighter to dethrone the reigning champion. Keyshawn has repeatedly emphasized that he feels ready for the top-level competition, and in many ways, this outspokenness has fueled his growing fan base, who are eager to see the young fighter rise to the occasion. The brash call-outs are not just about his desire for a big payday. They reflect his belief that he's capable of stepping into the ring with one of the sport's most feared knockout artists and coming out victorious. Tank, on the other hand, has been equally vocal, but his response to Keyshawn's challenge has been dismissive, often painting him as too inexperienced and untested. Tank's comments have revolved around the idea that Keyshawn hasn't yet faced the kind of competition that would truly prepare him for a fight at the elite level. The 29-year-old champion has accused Keyshawn of not stepping up against fighters of significant caliber, implying that the rising star has been more selective with his matchups. Tank's defense of his own career choices has often included pointing to his long history of facing top-tier opponents and taking on the best the division has to offer. While Tank's critics argue that he has sometimes hand-picked opponents, his supporters believe his resume speaks for itself, and they see his power and experience as unmatched in the division. Keyshawn has been quick to fire back at Tank's accusations, claiming that Tank has routinely avoided the toughest challenges in the division. His main target is Tank's reluctance to face fighters like Shakur Stevenson, a fellow top lightweight known for his technical skill and defensive brilliance. Keyshawn has argued that Tank's decision to fight fighters who are seen as less dangerous or who have obvious weaknesses is a sign of avoiding real threats. This narrative plays into the broader conversation about Tank's career, where many fans and analysts have questioned whether he has been actively ducking the most difficult bouts in favor of more marketable matchups. Keyshawn, with his undefeated record and rising star power, clearly sees himself as the future of the division, and he's determined to prove that Tank's reign is built on cherry-picked opponents rather than true merit. The animosity between the two fighters has only intensified as they trade barbs, with both taking to social media and public interviews to critique each other's career choices. For Keyshawn, calling out Tank is about more than just making noise. It's a statement that he believes his time has come and that he's ready to face the man who holds the title that he covets. For Tank, dismissing Keyshawn as too inexperienced is a defense mechanism to protect his hard-earned reputation as a knockout artist and a champion. However, this back-and-forth exchange also highlights a crucial tension in boxing, the clash between experience and ambition. Keyshawn wants to prove that he's the new face of the division, while Tank wants to hold on to his crown and continue building his legacy. This rivalry is evolving into one of the most compelling storylines in the sport, with each fighter playing the role of antagonist in the eyes of their respective fan bases. Keyshawn Davis's decision to face 36-year-old Dennis Baroni, rather than the more dangerous and highly regarded Andy Cruz, has sparked a fair amount of debate within the boxing community. On paper, Baroni is seen as a less formidable opponent compared to Cruz, who is known for his elite amateur background and quick ascent in the pro ranks. By opting for Baroni, Keyshawn's move is viewed by some as a calculated decision to pick up a title in a less risky fight without taking on the heavy challenge that Cruz would present. While it's not uncommon for young fighters to take the occasional easier match in their careers, this choice has led many to question whether Keyshawn is fully committed to proving himself against the toughest competition before aiming for a fight with Tank Davis. Ultimately, the rivalry between Tank and Keyshawn is more than just about individual fighters. It's about the crossroads that boxing faces when it comes to balancing ambition, risk, and legacy. Both fighters have something to prove, but the question remains whether Keyshawn will be ready to take on the risks necessary to challenge Tank, and whether Tank will continue to avoid the fights that might be seen as his most difficult tests. As the lightweight division continues to evolve, all eyes will remain on these two fighters, waiting to see who steps up first to face the ultimate challenge. This rivalry is just the beginning, with both fighters focusing on their next steps. Keyshawn, despite his impressive skills and undefeated record, still has a long way to go to establish himself among the elite, and his next fight will be crucial. Tank, on the other hand, has already solidified himself as one of the top names in the sport and seems ready to take on anyone who is willing to challenge him.